There is a sound that becomes all too familiar as we journey past the age of 60. It is the sound of our own bodies speaking to us in a language of creaks, groans, and snaps. It's the chorus that greets us when we rise from a chair, the audible protest of a knee as we climb a flight of stairs, the grinding sensation in a shoulder as we reach for something on a high shelf. This symphony of joint noise is often accompanied by its sinister partner, a deep, persistent, and wearisome ache. This is the daily, lived reality of arthritis, a condition that for millions becomes a relentless and unwelcome companion in their later years. The problem we are going to confront today, in its entirety, is the pervasive and deeply disempowering belief that this joint pain, this steady erosion of our mobility, is an unbeatable foe. We are handed a diagnosis, often osteoarthritis, the so-called wear and tear arthritis, and we are led to believe that our only recourse is a lifelong dependence on pain-masking medications. We are given prescriptions for non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, NSAIDs, that can be harsh on our stomachs and our kidneys, and we are told that the eventual, inevitable endpoint is a joint replacement surgery. In this narrative, we are passive victims, simply managing the symptoms of a progressive and incurable decline. But what if this narrative is not just incomplete, but fundamentally wrong? What if the fire of inflammation in your joints is not a random, unstoppable force of nature, but is being actively fueled, day after day, by a hidden imbalance deep within your own body? And what if the key to extinguishing that fire, to nourishing your cartilage, and to rebuilding the strong, supportive muscles that protect your joints is not found in a pill bottle, but in a simple, humble, and delicious food that has been cherished for millennia? Today, we are going to embark on a revolutionary journey into the heart of joint health. We will explore the profound and often overlooked connection between the health of your gut, the strength of your muscles, and the level of pain in your joints. We will reveal how a specific and correctly chosen type of yogurt consumed daily can act as a powerful multi-pronged therapeutic intervention, a true superfood in the fight against arthritis and age-related muscle loss. We will not just give you a shopping list. We will spend hours dissecting the deep, biological science behind 4 distinct categories of yogurt. We will explore the power of probiotics to calm systemic inflammation, the muscle-building prowess of a specific strained yogurt, the bone and muscle-strengthening magic of a certain fortified yogurt, and the unique benefits of a plant-based alternative. This is your masterclass in transforming a simple dairy product from a mere breakfast food into your most powerful, delicious, and effective weapon in the battle for pain-free joints and strong, stable muscles. To understand the solution, we must first develop a more sophisticated understanding of the problem. What is arthritis really? The word itself simply means inflammation of the joint. While there are many types, the 2 most common that affect older adults are osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. Rheumatoid arthritis is an autoimmune disease, where the body's own immune system mistakenly attacks the lining of the joints, causing severe inflammation, pain, and deformity. Osteoarthritis, which is far more common, has for decades been described as a simple mechanical problem of wear and tear. We were told that the cartilage, the smooth rubbery cushion that covers the ends of our bones, simply wears down over time from use, like the tread on a tire. This is a tragically simplistic and outdated view. Modern science has revealed that osteoarthritis is not just a mechanical issue. It is a complex, active, and highly inflammatory disease process. The new understanding is that an initial minor injury or a lifetime of poor biomechanics can trigger a low-grade inflammatory response within the joint. This inflammation releases a flood of destructive enzymes that begin to actively break down the cartilage matrix. The cartilage, which has a very limited ability to repair itself, becomes thinner and rougher. The bones can start to rub against each other, creating more inflammation, more pain, and a vicious self-perpetuating cycle of joint destruction. So the key takeaway is this: the true enemy, in both rheumatoid and osteoarthritis, is chronic inflammation. If we can find a way to calm this underlying systemic inflammation, we can directly intervene in the disease process, reduce the pain, and slow the progression of the damage. But where is this inflammation coming from? While some of it is localized in the joint, a huge part of the problem originates in a place you might never suspect: your gut. This brings us to one of the most exciting frontiers in modern medicine: The gut-joint axis. Your digestive tract is home to trillions of microorganisms, a complex ecosystem known as your gut microbiome. A healthy, diverse microbiome, rich in beneficial bacteria, is the cornerstone of a healthy immune system. These good bacteria help to maintain the integrity of your gut lining, a single-layer thick wall that is the only thing separating the contents of your gut from your bloodstream. When your microbiome becomes imbalanced, a condition called dysbiosis, the bad bacteria can begin to outnumber the good. This can be caused by a diet high in processed foods and sugar, by stress, or by the use of certain medications like antibiotics and even NSAIDs, the very drugs often used to treat arthritis. These bad bacteria can produce inflammatory compounds and can damage the integrity of that delicate gut lining, leading to a condition known as leaky gut. This allows undigested food particles and bacterial toxins to leak from your gut directly into your bloodstream. Your immune system sees these particles as foreign invaders and launches a massive, body-wide inflammatory attack. And where does this inflammation often settle? It settles in your joints. A significant portion of the pain and inflammation you are feeling in your knee or your hip is a direct, downstream consequence of an imbalanced and unhealthy gut. This profound insight gives us our first and most powerful strategic target. To heal our joints, we must first heal our gut. And this brings us to the first of our 4 must-eat yogurts. Yogurt number 1. The probiotic powerhouse. The word probiotic literally means for life. Probiotics are the live, beneficial bacteria that, when consumed in adequate amounts, can help to reseed your gut, rebalance your microbiome, and reverse the state of dysbiosis. Yogurt, at its core, is simply milk that has been fermented by specific strains of these beneficial bacteria, most commonly Lactobacillus bulgaricus and Streptococcus thermophilus. This ancient process of fermentation is what creates the yogurt's thick texture and tangy flavor. However, not all yogurts are created equal when it comes to their probiotic content. Many commercial yogurts are heat-treated after fermentation, a process which kills off all of these live, beneficial organisms. And many are little more than sugar-laden desserts, with the sugar actively feeding the bad bacteria in your gut, completely counteracting any potential benefit. To harness the true anti-inflammatory power of yogurt, you must choose a product that explicitly states on the label that it contains live and active cultures. Look for the seal from the Live and Active Cultures program, or check the ingredient list for the names of the specific bacterial strains. The more strains, the better, as a diversity of good bacteria is key to a healthy gut. And it is absolutely essential to choose a plain, unsweetened yogurt. You can and should add your own healthy toppings like berries and nuts, but you must start with a clean, unsweetened base. How does this probiotic yogurt work to relieve your arthritis pain? By consistently consuming this yogurt, you are introducing millions of friendly reinforcements into your gut every single day. These good bacteria colonize your intestinal tract and begin to crowd out the harmful, inflammatory bacteria. They help to repair the integrity of your gut lining, sealing the leaks, and preventing those inflammatory molecules from entering your bloodstream. Over time, this directly leads to a reduction in the overall, systemic inflammatory load on your body. The fire department has arrived, and it is beginning to put out the smoldering fire that has been causing your joints to ache. The scientific evidence supporting this is growing rapidly. Multiple studies have shown that regular consumption of probiotic-rich foods can lead to a significant reduction in the inflammatory markers in the blood, and more specifically, to a measurable decrease in the pain and stiffness reported by individuals with both rheumatoid and osteoarthritis. By making a high-quality, plain, probiotic-rich yogurt a daily staple, you are not just eating a food. You are performing a daily act of ecological restoration on your internal garden, with the direct, downstream benefit of calmer, happier joints. Now we move from calming the inflammation in the joint to rebuilding the critical support structure around it. This brings us to the second of our 4 yogurts, a variety that has become incredibly popular for a very good reason. Yogurt number 2, the Greek muscle builder. We've established that the pain of arthritis is driven by inflammation and cartilage breakdown. But there is another, equally important part of the equation that we often neglect: the health of the muscles that surround and support the joint. Your muscles are your body's natural shock absorbers. A strong, well-conditioned set of quadriceps and hamstring muscles, for example, acts as a powerful, living brace for your knee joint. They absorb the impact of every step you take, taking the load and the pressure off of the delicate cartilage within the joint. As we age, we are all fighting the battle against sarcopenia, the loss of muscle mass. When the muscles around a painful, arthritic joint become weak, it creates a devastating vicious cycle. The joint pain makes you less active. The inactivity causes the muscles to weaken and atrophy. The weakened muscles are no longer able to effectively support and protect the joint. This puts even more stress and strain on the damaged cartilage, leading to more inflammation and more pain, which in turn leads to even more inactivity. This is the downward spiral into frailty and immobility. The only way to break this cycle is to provide your body with the two essential things it needs to build and maintain muscle: the stimulus of regular, gentle exercise, and the raw, nutritional building blocks to do the job. And the most important building block is protein. As we know, due to anabolic resistance, the protein needs of older adults are significantly higher than those of younger people. We need a concentrated dose, particularly in the morning, to flip the on switch for muscle protein synthesis. This is where Greek yogurt shines as a true superstar. Greek yogurt is not just a different style of yogurt, it is a nutritionally distinct food. It is made by taking regular yogurt and straining it to remove most of the liquid whey. This process results in a much thicker, creamier yogurt that is, most importantly, far more concentrated in protein. A typical serving of plain, regular yogurt might have around 8 to 10 grams of protein. A similar size serving of plain, Greek yogurt can have a massive 18 to 20 grams of protein, or even more. It is, ounce for ounce, one of the most protein-dense foods you can eat. By starting your day with a generous bowl of plain Greek yogurt, you are delivering a powerful, leucine-rich, anabolic signal to your muscles. You are shutting down the overnight muscle breakdown and providing the essential amino acids needed to begin the repair and rebuilding process. It is the perfect fuel for maintaining the strong, supportive muscular corset that your aching joints so desperately need. Furthermore, the straining process that creates Greek yogurt also removes a significant portion of the lactose, the natural sugar found in milk. This makes it a much better tolerated option for the many older adults who have some degree of lactose intolerance. It is gentler on the digestive system, while being far more potent for the muscles. When you choose a plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt that also contains live and active cultures, you are getting a powerful, 2-for-1 benefit. You are getting the gut-healing, anti-inflammatory power of the probiotics, and the muscle-building, joint-supporting power of the concentrated protein. It is an unbeatable combination. We have now addressed the gut and the muscles. This brings us to the third critical component of joint health: the bones themselves. This leads us to our third must-eat yogurt, a category that is becoming increasingly available and is of paramount importance for senior health. Yogurt number 3. The vitamin D fortified bone protector. The health of your bones is inextricably linked to the health of your joints. In the advanced stages of osteoarthritis, the cartilage can wear away completely, leading to a painful bone-on-bone situation. Strong, dense bones are more resilient to the stresses and strains that can accelerate this process. The two most important nutrients for bone health are, of course, calcium and vitamin D. Yogurt is naturally a fantastic source of calcium, a mineral that is highly bioavailable from dairy products. But the calcium is only useful if your body can absorb it, and that is where vitamin D comes in. Vitamin D is the key that unlocks the door, allowing calcium to be absorbed from your gut into your bloodstream, and then deposited into your bones. Without adequate vitamin D, you can consume all the calcium in the world, but most of it will pass right through you. As we know, vitamin D deficiency is a silent epidemic among older adults. Our skin becomes less efficient at producing it from sunlight, and we tend to spend more time indoors. This deficiency not only leads to weak and brittle bones, osteoporosis, which dramatically increases the risk of fractures from a fall, but it is also a direct cause of muscle weakness and pain. Vitamin D, as we've learned, acts like a hormone in the body, and there are vitamin D receptors on our muscle cells. Adequate levels of vitamin D are essential for muscle strength, function, and even for preventing those agonizing night cramps. Recognizing this widespread deficiency, many dairy companies now offer yogurts that are fortified with vitamin D. This is a brilliant and incredibly effective public health intervention. By choosing a yogurt that has been fortified with vitamin D, you are creating a perfect, synergistic package for both your bones and your muscles. You are getting the highly absorbable calcium, and you are getting the essential vitamin needed to absorb that calcium, all in one go. When you are in the yogurt aisle, you must become a label detective. Turn the container around and look at the nutrition facts panel. It will clearly state the percentage of your daily value for vitamin D. Look for a yogurt that provides at least 15 to 20% of your daily needs per serving. When you choose a plain, unsweetened, probiotic-rich, protein-packed Greek yogurt that has also been fortified with vitamin D, you have truly found the holy grail of yogurt. You are now simultaneously healing your gut, calming inflammation, building your muscles, and strengthening your bones with every single spoonful. It is a profound, multi-system therapeutic intervention disguised as a simple breakfast. Now we must address a very important and growing segment of the population. What about those who cannot or choose not to consume dairy, either due to a milk allergy, severe lactose intolerance, or a preference for a plant-based diet? For a long time, this meant being excluded from the remarkable health benefits of yogurt. But no longer. This brings us to our fourth and final must-eat yogurt. Yogurt number 4. The plant-based, allergy-friendly alternative. The world of plant-based yogurts has exploded in recent years, and this is fantastic news. These yogurts are made by taking a plant-based milk, such as almond, coconut, soy or oat milk, and fermenting it with the same types of live and active probiotic cultures that are used to make dairy yogurt. This means that you can get the same powerful, gut-healing, anti-inflammatory benefits of the probiotics without any of the dairy. However, navigating the world of plant-based yogurts requires an even higher level of vigilance and label reading skill. The nutritional profiles of these yogurts can vary wildly, and many of them are nutritional disasters. The first and most important rule is the same as with dairy yogurt. You absolutely must choose a plain, unsweetened variety. Many flavored plant-based yogurts are packed with even more sugar than their dairy counterparts to make them palatable. The second thing you must look for is the protein content. This is where plant-based yogurts can fall short. Yogurts made from almond or coconut milk are often very low in protein, sometimes containing only 1 or 2 grams per serving. While they can still deliver the probiotic benefits, they will not help you in your fight against sarcopenia. The clear winners in the plant-based category, from a protein perspective, are yogurts made from soy or those that are specifically formulated with added pea protein. A high-quality, soy-based or protein-fortified plant-based yogurt can often match the protein content of a regular dairy yogurt, providing a respectable 8 to 12 grams per serving. The third thing to check for is the culture count and diversity. Look for brands that are proud of their probiotic content and list the specific strains they use. And finally, just like with dairy yogurt, look for options that have been fortified with calcium and vitamin D to ensure you are getting those bone protective benefits. So for the dairy-free individual, the mission is to find a plain, unsweetened, soy-based or pea protein fortified yogurt that contains live and active cultures and has been fortified with calcium and vitamin D. While this may sound like a unicorn, these products do exist and are becoming more common every day. By choosing wisely, you can create a morning meal that delivers the same powerful, joint-healing and muscle-boosting benefits as the best dairy yogurts. Now that we have identified our 4 champions, let's talk about how to incorporate them into a delicious and sustainable daily ritual. The most powerful time to consume your therapeutic yogurt is in the morning. This is when you can leverage its high protein content to shut down the overnight muscle breakdown and flip that anabolic switch for the day ahead. Let's build the ultimate, arthritis-fighting, muscle-boosting power bowl. You will start with your chosen yogurt base. A generous serving of plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt fortified with vitamin D, or your carefully selected plant-based alternative. Now we will add our toppings, and this is where we can add even more layers of anti-inflammatory and muscle-supportive power. First, add a full cup of mixed berries, either fresh or frozen. As we know, these are packed with anthocyanin antioxidants that will work in synergy with the probiotics to calm inflammation. Next, add a tablespoon of ground flaxseed or chia seeds. This will provide a potent dose of anti-inflammatory omega-3 fatty acids and extra fiber to feed your healthy gut bacteria. For some crunch and another dose of healthy fats and magnesium, add a small handful of walnuts or sliced almonds. And finally, for an extra boost of flavor and a powerful, evidence-based, anti-inflammatory kick, sprinkle on a half teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon. What you have now created is not just a breakfast. It is a clinical-strength therapeutic meal. It is a symphony of nutrients, all working together in perfect harmony. The probiotics are healing your gut. The protein is building your muscles. The calcium and vitamin D are strengthening your bones. The antioxidants from the berries, the omega-3s from the seeds, and the polyphenol from the cinnamon are all working to extinguish the fires of chronic inflammation. This is how you use food as medicine. This daily ritual is a profound statement. It is a declaration that you are not a passive victim of your diagnosis. You are an active, empowered participant in your own healing. You are taking the health of your joints, your muscles, and your bones into your own hands. This is not a quick fix. It is a long-term strategy. The benefits of rebalancing your gut microbiome and building stronger muscles do not happen overnight. But with consistency, day after day, week after week, you will begin to notice the changes. The morning stiffness may start to lessen. The deep, persistent ache in your joints may begin to fade. You will feel a new sense of strength and stability in your legs when you stand and walk. You will be building from the inside out a body that is more resilient, less inflamed, and far more capable of carrying you through a life of active, joyful, and pain-free movement. The power to heal is not in the pharmacy. It is waiting for you in the dairy aisle.